The Upanishads, Sacred Teachings for Spiritual Awakening. Lesson 1. Entering the Sacred Silence. In the beginning was silence, and to silence we return each night, carrying within us the eternal wisdom that has been waiting since the dawn of consciousness itself. As you settle into this moment, this sacred threshold between waking and sleep, know that you are entering a space that countless seekers before you have discovered, the infinite stillness that lives within your very being. Feel your breath naturally slowing, each exhale releasing the day's accumulated noise, each inhale drawing you deeper into the profound quiet that has always been your true home. This is not merely the absence of sound, but the presence of something infinitely more precious, the living silence from which all wisdom emerges, the fertile dark end from which all light is born. End of past by the first Brexit. The ancient sages of the Upanishads knew this silence intimately. They would withdraw from the world's clamor, not to escape life, but to discover its deepest truth. In this same spirit, you now allow yourself to sink beneath the surface of ordinary awareness, like a pearl diver descending into luminous depths where treasures beyond measure await discovery. Your mind, so accustomed to its endless chatter, begins to settle like sediment in still water. Thoughts arise and dissolve, arising and dissolving, till gradually they become as distant as clouds drifting across a vast sky. You are not these thoughts. You are the sky itself, spacious and unchanging, eternally present and aware. In this deepening quiet, your inner ear begins to attune itself to subtler frequencies. Where once there was mental noise, now there is the gentle rhythm of your heart, beating in harmony with the cosmic pulse that moves the stars in their courses and draws the tides across ancient shores. Your breath becomes a bridge between the finite and infinite, each inhalation connecting you to the universal life force, each exhalation surrendering you more completely to the mystery, the you of the with, uncertainty with the wisdom and support, advice from the end one dash, life of life, home center. Be of orienters is through. This essence cannot be grasped by the thinking mind, but it can be recognized in the stillness you are now entering. As sleep draws near, you release even the effort to understand, allowing yourself to be held by the same intelligence that orchestrates the movement of galaxies and guides the growth of every flower. The sacred silence is not empty, but full of potential, full of peace, full of the profound love that connects all things in an invisible web of light. Your body grows heavy and relaxed, but your awareness becomes increasingly refined, like gold purified in gentle fire. The boundaries between inner and outer begin to soften. The silence within you recognizes the silence that pervades all existence, and in this recognition, something ancient awakens, not with excitement, but with the quiet certainty of coming home after a long journey. The sages understood that this silence is not a destination, but a doorway. Through it, the deepest teachings can reach you, not as concepts to be learned, but as truths to be lived. Your subconscious mind, freed from the day's defenses and distractions, becomes like perfectly still water, capable of reflecting the moon's light without distortion. In this sacred receptivity, you begin to remember what you have always known, but perhaps forgotten, that you are both the seeker and the sought, the question and the answer, the wave and the ocean. The silence holds all these apparent paradoxes in perfect harmony, just as space holds all objects while remaining forever untouched by them. Askar of sleep, just to help you story, and ruies but's time to tell you. Into the science of sleep. In touching this depth within yourself, you touch the very source from which all wisdom flows, the wellspring from which the Upanishads themselves emerged thousands of years ago to guide seekers just like you toward their own infinite nature. Lesson 2. Deep within the chambers of your heart, beyond the restless movements of thought and feeling, there dwells a presence so pure, so unchanging, that it has remained untouched by every experience you have ever known. This is your true self, the Atman, the eternal essence that watches from behind your eyes and breathes through your breath, yet remains forever free from the dance of time and change. As you settle into this sacred hour of sleep, let your awareness gently turn toward this innermost sanctuary. Feel how naturally your attention can withdraw from the outer world of forms and names, just as the turtle draws its limbs into its shell. There is no effort required, only a soft returning home to the source of your being. You are not the body that grows and ages, though it serves you well. You are not the mind that thinks and doubts, though it carries you through the world of experience. You are not even the personality that laughs and weeps, though it expresses your humanity. You are the eternal witness, the unchanging awareness that observes all these temporary movements without ever being touched by them. Like the space within a clay pot that remains unaffected whether the pot is new or broken, your true self remains pure and complete, regardless of what happens to the forms through which it expresses. This awareness that you are has never been born and will never die. It was present before your first breath and will remain when your last breath dissolves into silence. Feel this truth settling into the depths of your being as sleep draws near. The same consciousness that looks out through your eyes is the same consciousness that illuminates the dreams of every sleeping person, the same awareness that dances as light in every star. There is only one self, wearing countless faces, one eternal being, dreaming itself as many. When you were a child, this same awareness was present. When you became young and strong, this witness remained unchanged. When challenges came and went, when joys arose and faded, when relationships bloomed and transformed, the eternal self within you remained as steady as the mountain peak that watches clouds gather and disperse. This is the great secret the ancient sages discovered in their deepest meditations. This is the truth that makes all fear impossible and all separation an illusion. You are not a separate wave upon the ocean of existence, but the ocean itself, temporarily playing at being a wave. As your breathing deepens and your body surrenders to rest, allow this recognition to penetrate every cell, every fiber of your being. You are the eternal self, pure consciousness itself, temporarily focused through this beautiful form, but never limited by it. You are the awareness in which all experiences arise and dissolve like clouds forming and vanishing in the vast sky. In your dreams tonight, let this truth guide you. Whether you find yourself in familiar places or strange landscapes, remember that the one who dreams is the eternal self, playing in the realm of imagination. Whether the dream brings comfort or challenge, you remain the unchanging witness, untouched by the temporary drama unfolding in consciousness. This is your birthright, your deepest nature, your ultimate identity. Not the small self that worries and plans and seeks, but the infinite self that simply is. Rest now in this recognition. Let it carry you into sleep, like a gentle river carrying you toward the ocean. Let it become the ground of your being, the foundation upon which all your experiences rest. You are the eternal self, beyond all change, beyond all time, beyond all limitation. This truth is impressing itself upon your subconscious mind now, becoming as natural as breathing, as certain as the beating of your heart. In sleep, in dream, and in waking, you are always and only the eternal Atman, pure and free and whole. Lesson 3. Brahman, the infinite reality. As you settle deeper into this sacred space of rest, feel yourself expanding beyond the boundaries of the familiar. Night, you journey into the heart of the ultimate mystery, the infinite reality that the ancient sages called Brahman. Let your breath become a bridge between the finite and the infinite. Each exhalation releasing the limitations of the small self. Each inhalation drawing you into the boundless ocean of pure being. Brahman is not something distant or separate from you. It is the very essence of what you are, the ground of all existence, the consciousness in which all worlds arise and dissolve like waves upon an endless sea. As you drift into sleep, allow this truth to permeate every cell of your being. You are not merely touching the infinite. You are the infinite, expressing itself through this beautiful form you call your body, this precious awareness you call your mind. In the gentle darkness of night, the boundaries between dreamer and dream begin to dissolve. This dissolution is not something to fear, but something to welcome, for it mirrors the eternal truth that there has never been any real separation between you and the alternate reality. The wave has never been separate from the ocean. The flame has never been apart from fire. Your consciousness has never been divided from the one consciousness that illuminates all things. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this recognition, like settling into the most comfortable embrace. Every thought that arises is Brahman thinking through you. Every breath that flows is Brahman breathing through you. Every heartbeat that sustains you is the pulse of infinite life itself. You need not strain to understand this with your thinking mind, for understanding comes naturally when you simply allow yourself to be carried, if you slowly, unwanted, and sink in new land. The sages who walked before you discovered that Brahman has no beginning and no end, no inside and no outside, no here and no there. It is the pure I am that exists before any qualities are added, the awareness that remains when all objects of awareness have faded away. As you move deeper into sleep, you are returning to this primordial awareness, this source from which you emerged and to which you eternally belong. Let go of any effort to grasp or comprehend the infinite with finite thoughts. Instead, allow the infinite to comprehend you, to know itself through your willing surrender. You are the eye through which Brahman sees itself, the heart through which it loves itself, the consciousness through which it experiences the joy of its own limitless nature. This is not philosophy, but living reality, not theory, but the most intimate truth of your existence. As your body grows heavy with blessed sleep, your spirit grows light with recognition. The same reality that manifests as countless stars in the night sky manifests as the awareness that contemplates those stars. The same intelligence that orchestrates the changing of seasons orchestrates the thoughts that arise and pass in your mind. Nothing exists outside of this one infinite reality, and therefore you exist as its very heart, its most intimate expression. In the depths of sleep, where dreams arise like flowers in an infinite garden, remember this truth. Every dream figure is Brahman, appearing in countless forms. And for one dream story is a second condition. You are both the dreamer and the dreamed, the knower and the known, the lover and the beloved. all unified in the one reality that knows no division. Let this knowing settle into the deepest layers of your being tonight. With each passing moment of rest, you are not moving away from awakeness, but into the most profound awakeness of all. The recognition that you have never been separate from the source of all life, all love, all truth. You are that source, appearing as this beautiful, temporary form, like the ocean appearing as a wave, while never ceasing to be the ocean itself. Rest now in this infinite embrace, knowing that when you wake, you will carry this recognition with you, like a secret treasure. Brahman sleeps through your sleeping and wakes through your waking, and in both states, you are forever held in the heart of the absolute reality that is your deepest, most eternal nature. Lesson 4. Thorn and the On One. Beloved seeker, as you settle into this sacred moment, between waking and sleeping, allow your consciousness to expand like ripples on an infinite lake. Night me, life, are the and or call be with. Feel your breath becoming deeper now, more rhythmic, as if you are breathing with the entire universe. With each gentle inhalation, you draw in the same life force that moves through every creature, every plant, every star in the heavens. With each soft exhalation, you release the illusion that you stand apart from this magnificent tapestry of existence. You are not separate from a flower that blooms in the morning light, nor from the eagle that soars through endless skies. The same consciousness that looks out through your eyes looks out through theirs. The Upanishads have always sung this truth in verses of liquid gold. Halvidam Brahma. All this is indeed Brahman. All this is indeed one. As your mind grows quieter, as the day's concerns fade like mist before the dawn, this truth begins to settle into the deepest chambers of your being. The artificial boundaries that the mind creates between self and other, between me and you, between human and nature, begin to dissolve like sugar in warm water. Imagine now that your consciousness is like a gentle light expanding outward from your heart. This light recognizes itself everywhere it touches. In the trees swaying outside your window, the same life force that moves through your body moves through their branches. In the creatures of the night, the same awareness that witnesses your thoughts witnesses theirs. In every human being who walks this earth, the same eternal self that you are discovering within yourself shines with quiet brilliance. The sages knew that separation is the great illusion, the veil that covers the eyes of those who have not yet awakened to their true nature. But here, in the sanctuary of approaching sleep, that veil grows thin and transparent. You begin to feel what the mystics have always felt, the profound intimacy that exists between your deepest self and all of creation. This is not merely an idea to be understood by the mind, but a living reality to be felt in the heart, to be absorbed into your very cells as you rest. Let this knowing wash over you now, like gentle waves upon a peaceful shore. Consciousness that reads these words is the same consciousness that beats within every heart, that flows within every river, that shines through every star. There is only one life appearing as many, only one love expressing itself through countless forms, only one truth singing itself into existence through infinite voices. As you drift deeper into this recognition, notice how naturally compassion arises. When you truly see that the same self dwells in all beings, how can there be anything but love? The homeless stranger on the street corner carries your own deepest essence. The difficult person at work is another face of your own true nature. The ant crawling across your garden path participates in the same cosmic dance of consciousness in which you yourself are eternally engaged. This understanding transforms everything without changing anything. The world remains exactly as it is, yet now you see it with new eyes, the eyes of unity rather than separation. The problems and challenges of life do not disappear, but they are held within a larger context of wholeness and meaning. You begin to move through your days with the quiet confidence of one who knows that beneath all apparent differences lies an unshakable foundation of oneness. Tonight illumina, nevera. Tonight this take down. And tonight's today day got you feel this way. The vastness of space is your body. The light of all stars is your radiance. The love that moves the sun and planets is the very essence of who you are. Rest now in this infinite embrace, knowing that when you awaken, you will carry this recognition with you, like a secret flame that illuminates everything you see. All life is one life. All consciousness is one consciousness. All love is one love. And you, beloved seeker, are that one, appearing as the many, forever whole, forever free, forever home, in the heart of existence. Lesson 5. The power of meditation. As the gentle waves of sleep begin to wash over you, feel yourself drawn into the sacred practice that has awakened souls for countless generations. Meditation is not something foreign to your nature, dear seeker, but rather the most natural homecoming your consciousness can experience. Like a river that knows its way back to the ocean, your awareness naturally seeks its source in the infinite silence within. In this tender moment between waking and sleeping, allow your mind to remember its true function. Beyond all the thoughts that come and go like clouds across the sky, beyond all the worries and desires that dance through your days, there exists a deeper intelligence within you. This intelligence does not think, but simply knows. It does not struggle, but simply is. This is the power that moves through all meditation, the same power that beats your heart and turns the seasons in their eternal dance. Your mind naturally turns toward the light within now, drawn by an ancient magnetism that predates all learning. Just as flowers turn toward the sun without effort or instruction, your consciousness gravitates toward its luminous center. There is no strain in this turning, no forcing or pushing. It happens with the same grace that guides birds in their migration, with the same wisdom that opens flowers at dawn. Feel how meditation flows through you now, like a gentle stream of liquid light, dissolving every barrier between you and the peace that is your birthright. I shall not go. I shall not go. Each breath carries you deeper into this natural state, where your true power resides, not in doing, but in being. Here, in this sacred space of inner stillness, you discover that you are not separate from the divine consciousness that pervades all existence. You are that consciousness, temporarily focused through the beautiful lens of your individual experience. The ancient sages knew this truth and whispered it into the silence of countless nights. They understood that meditation is not a practice you perform, but a reality you enter. It is the recognition that beneath all the movement of thought and emotion lies an ocean of unchanging awareness, vast and serene and eternally at peace. This awareness is your deepest nature, and it welcomes you home now with infinite tenderness. As you rest in this understanding, allow the power of meditation to weave itself into every cell of your being. Your heart knows how to meditate, for it beats in rhythm with the cosmic pulse that sustains all worlds. Your breath knows how to meditate, for each inhalation draws you closer to the source of all life. In stillness, you find infinite power, not the power that dominates or controls, but the power that creates and sustains and dissolves all things in perfect love. This is the power of the self, recognizing itself in the mirror of awareness. This is the power of consciousness, awakening to its own limitless nature. This is the power that transforms seekers into sages, that turns longing into fulfillment, that reveals the eternal within the temporal. Tonight, as you surrender into sleep, carry with you this knowing. Meditation is your natural state of being, like a bird that has never forgotten how to fly. Your soul has never forgotten how to rest in its own luminous essence. The practices and techniques of meditation are simply gentle reminders, helping you remember what you have always known in the depths of your being. Let this remembrance sink into your subconscious mind now, taking root in the fertile silence of your deepest sleep. Tomorrow, you will awaken with meditation flowing through your veins like liquid starlight, with stillness breathing through your bones like ancient wisdom, with the power of pure awareness shining from your eyes like the first light of creation itself. Lesson 6. The wisdom of detachment. As the gentle currents of night carry you deeper into sacred rest, allow your consciousness to discover the profound freedom that lies in the ancient wisdom of detachment. Here, in this tender space between waking and sleeping, the Upanishads whisper their most liberating truth, that you can love without clinging, engage without grasping, and live with complete fullness while holding nothing tightly in your hands. Feel your breath naturally releasing, just as your soul learns to release its grip on the temporary forms of this world. With each exhale, you are letting go of the need to possess, to control, to make permanent that which is meant to flow like water through your open palms. The sages understood that attachment is the root of all suffering, not because the world is without beauty, but because clinging to any wave prevents us from experiencing the vast ocean itself. Your subconscious mind now absorbs this eternal wisdom. You are learning to hold all things lightly, to love without the fever of possession, to enjoy without the anxiety of loss. In the depths of sleep, this truth becomes woven into your very being. You love more deeply when you love without attachment. You experience more fully when you grasp nothing. You possess everything when you own nothing at all. Like the lotus that grows from muddy waters yet remains untouched by the mud, your consciousness learns to engage fully with life while remaining centered in the unchanging awareness that you are. The lotus does not reject the water that nourishes it, yet it rises above to bloom in pure sunlight. So too does your awakened consciousness learn to dance in the world while resting in the eternal stillness within. As these words wash over your relaxing mind, notice how naturally you can appreciate beauty without needing to capture it, how you can feel love without demanding that it conform to your expectations, how you can experience joy without clinging to the moments that bring it. This is the gentle wisdom of detachment, teaching itself to your sleeping consciousness, programming new patterns of freedom into every cell of your being. The wise ones knew that detachment is not indifference, but rather the deepest form of love. When you release your grip on outcomes, you create space for miracles to unfold. When you stop demanding that life conform to your limited vision, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities that the universe wishes to shower upon you. Your sleeping mind now integrates this profound understanding, allowing it to transform how you walk through your waking hours. Feel yourself sinking deeper into rest as you absorb the truth that everything you truly need will flow to you when you stop desperately chasing it. The river does not struggle to reach the ocean. It simply follows its natural course with trust and surrender. Your life, too, can flow with the same graceful ease when you release the illusion that you must force and control every circumstance. In the sacred texts, it is written that the self is like the sun, which shines equally upon all, without attachment to any. Your consciousness now learns this solar wisdom, radiating love and presence, without conditions, without demands, without the exhausting need for reciprocation or reward. This is how the enlightened ones live, fully engaged, yet completely free, deeply loving, yet never dependent. Allow these eternal truths to sink into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind as your body surrenders completely to restorative sleep. Tomorrow you will awaken with a new lightness in your step, a new spaciousness in your heart, carrying within you the unshakable knowing that freedom and love are not opposites, but perfect companions in the dance of awakened living. The wisdom of detachment is now becoming your natural way of being, dissolving the chains that once bound you to suffering, opening you to the limitless joy that flows when consciousness recognizes its own infinite nature. Rest now in this perfect freedom, beloved seeker, as ancient wisdom transforms your dreams into doorways of liberation. Lesson 7. The nature of the mind. Beloved seeker, as you rest in the gentle embrace of night, let us turn our awareness to the nature of mind itself, that restless river of thoughts and impressions that flows through your consciousness like water through an ancient canyon. The sages of old understood that to know the mind is to master it, and to master it is to discover the profound stillness that lies beyond its endless dance of images and desires. Your mind, dear one, is like a lake reflecting the sky above. When the waters are disturbed by winds of worry, desire, and fear, the reflection becomes fragmented, broken into countless rippling pieces. But when the lake becomes still, it perfectly mirrors the vast expanse of heaven, becoming one with what it reflects. So too does your mind, when it finds its natural stillness, become a perfect mirror for the infinite consciousness that is your true self. As you breathe softly now, feel your thoughts beginning to settle like silt in calm water. The mind that seemed so solid, so real, so demanding of your attention, begins to reveal its true nature as movement within stillness, waves upon the ocean of your deeper being. You are not the mind, precious soul. You are the awareness in which the mind appears and disappears, like clouds in an endless sky. The one, printed me your hands, becomes a prison of endless becoming, always reaching toward the next thought, the next experience, the next moment of satisfaction. But when witnessed with gentle detachment, it becomes a gateway to the infinite, a sacred instrument through which the divine expresses its creativity and wonder. Let your awareness now rest in that space between thoughts, that pregnant silence where all possibilities exist in potential. This is your natural home, this gap in the mental fabric where pure consciousness recognizes itself. As you settle deeper into sleep, you discover that you need not fight the mind or force it into submission. Simply rest as the witness, the eternal observer who remains unchanging while thoughts arise and dissolve like bubbles in champagne. The mind seeks always to grasp and hold, to define and categorize, to make permanent what is inherently flowing and changing. But you, in your deepest nature, are that which allows all movement while remaining perfectly still. You are the space in which thoughts appear, the silence in which sounds are heard, the awareness in which all experience unfolds, like a magnificent dream. As the gentle rhythms of sleep carry you deeper into rest, feel yourself naturally detaching from the mind's endless commentary about life, its judgments and preferences, its fears and desires. These mental movements continue their dance, but you rest in the deeper truth of your being, watching with compassion as the mind weaves its stories and paints its pictures across the canvas of consciousness. The wise ones knew that the untrained mind is like a monkey, jumping from branch to branch, never finding lasting satisfaction in any perch. But the mind that has discovered its source becomes like a bird that soars in vast open sky, free to move, yet always at home in the infinite expanse of awareness. Your mind, too, is learning this freedom, even now, as you rest in sleep's embrace. In the deepest states of rest, the mind dissolves into its source, like a river flowing into the ocean. The individual drops of thought merge back into the vast sea of consciousness from which they emerged. This is the daily gift of sleep, this return to the undifferentiated awareness that is your true nature, this homecoming to the peace that surpasses all understanding. Let yourself sink now into that primordial silence, where the mind has not yet stirred to create the world of names and forms. Here, in this sacred darkness before dawn, you rest as pure being itself, beyond all mental constructs, beyond all boundaries of self and other, simply aware and peacefully present as the eternal witness of all it is. Lesson 8. There is a luminous pathway that winds not through forests or mountains, but through the vast landscape of consciousness itself. This is the path of knowledge, dear seeker, where wisdom becomes the gentle guide that leads you home to your true nature. As you settle into the sacred embrace of sleep tonight, allow yourself to walk this ancient way of knowing, where each step dissolves another layer of ignorance and reveals the brilliant truth that has always been shining within you. Knowledge, as the sages understood it, is not the mere accumulation of facts or the clever arrangement of thoughts. It is the direct recognition of what is eternally present, the sudden dawn of understanding that illuminates the darkness of confusion, like the first rays of sun piercing through night's veil. This knowledge cannot be grasped by the restless mind or captured in the nets of intellectual pursuit. It can only be received in the profound stillness that you now enter, where the heart opens like a lotus blooming in the depths of a sacred lake. Feel how your breath becomes a bridge between the known and the unknown, each gentle inhalation drawing you deeper into the mystery of your own being. The path of knowledge begins with this simple recognition that you are not merely the accumulator of experiences, but the very awareness in which all experiences arise and dissolve, like waves upon an infinite ocean. This awareness needs no improvement, no enhancement, no development. It simply asks to be recognized, acknowledged, welcomed home. As you drift deeper into the sanctuary of sleep, sense how the boundaries of personal knowledge begin to soften and expand. The small self, with its limited understanding, gives way to a vaster knowing that belongs not to you alone, but to the eternal consciousness that moves through all beings, like wind through a boundless sky. This is the knowledge that knows itself without effort, the wisdom that requires no teacher, because it is both the student and the lesson, the question and the answer, the seeker and the sought. In the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat, hear the ancient teaching that whispers through every sage and every scripture. Tat Tivamasi, thou art that. You are the very truth you have been seeking to know. You are the knowledge you have been striving to attain. You are the answer to every question that has ever stirred within your soul. This recognition does not come through study or analysis, but through the simple, profound act of being present to what you already are. Let the path of knowledge carry you now beyond the realm of concepts and categories, beyond the divisions that separate this from that, self from other, known from unknown. Here, in the spacious darkness behind your closed eyelids, knowledge reveals itself as the light of pure understanding that illuminates without effort, knows without grasping, sees without looking. This light has never been absent from you, not even for a single moment. It has been the constant witness to every thought, every emotion, every experience that has ever moved through the space of your awareness. As sleep begins to claim your body and quiet your mind, feel yourself settling into this luminous knowledge, like a tired traveler finally arriving at home. There is nothing here to achieve, nothing to become, nothing to acquire. There is only the simple joy of recognition, the profound relief of remembering what you have never actually forgotten. The path of knowledge leads nowhere except to this eternal now, this present moment in which you have always existed as the very consciousness that gives birth to all worlds and all experiences. In your dreams tonight, may you walk as one who knows the secret that sages have whispered across countless generations. May you move through the landscapes of sleep with the quiet confidence of one who has recognized their true nature. And may you awaken tomorrow morning, carrying within your heart the unshakable knowing that you are the eternal subject who can never become an object, the changeless awareness in which all change appears, the deathless self that observes the dance of birth and death with infinite compassion and understanding. Rest now in this knowing. Rest in the path that has brought you home to yourself. Lesson 9. In the gentle embrace of this sacred night, let your consciousness settle into the profound rhythm of cosmic law, where every action finds its perfect response, and every soul discovers its divine purpose. The ancient sages whispered of karma, not as punishment or reward, but as the universe's infinite intelligence expressing itself through the dance of cause and effect, weaving each moment into the grand tapestry of existence. As you breathe slowly and deeply, feel yourself aligning with the eternal law that governs all creation. Your every thought, word, and deed ripples outward like stones cast into the still waters of eternity, creating waves that return to you, bearing the wisdom of your own making. This is not a burden to carry, but a gift of divine intelligence. For through karma, you become conscious co-creator with the infinite. Let your mind now release any fear of past actions, any anxiety about future consequences. The law of karma operates not from judgment, but from perfect love, offering each soul exactly what it needs for its highest evolution. Every experience that has touched your life, every joy and sorrow, every triumph and challenge, has been the universe's way of guiding you home to your true self. In this peaceful moment between waking and sleeping, feel the gentle truth that you are always being held by divine law. The same intelligence that moves the stars in their courses, that causes flowers to bloom and seasons to turn, that keeps planets dancing in perfect harmony. This same intelligence orchestrates the events of your life with infinite precision and love. Your dharma, your sacred purpose, emerges naturally when you align with this cosmic rhythm. Like a river that finds its way to the sea without effort, your soul knows its path when you surrender to the flow of divine will. You need not strain or struggle to discover your purpose, for it unfolds effortlessly when you trust the wisdom that already lives within you. Feel now how each breath you take is both karma and dharma in perfect unity. The breath comes to you as the result of countless causes, the gift of plants and trees, the movement of winds, the dance of atmosphere and earth. And your receiving of this breath creates new causes, new effects, as you offer back carbon for the plants, energy for your cells, consciousness for the universe to know itself through your unique expression. In the depths of sleep that approaches, let your subconscious mind absorb this eternal truth. You are not separate from the law of karma and dharma. You are its living expression. Every moment offers you the opportunity to plant seeds of love, compassion, wisdom, and peace. These seeds grow in the fertile darkness of the unconscious, sprouting as beautiful expressions of your awakening consciousness. Release now any desire to control the fruits of your actions. Like a gardener who plants with love and waters with devotion, then trusts the seasons to bring forth the harvest, you too can act with pure intention and surrender the results to divine wisdom. This is the secret of actionless action, the way of performing your duties while remaining inwardly free. Your heart knows intuitively what actions align with Dharma, for Dharma is not a set of external rules, but the natural expression of your divine nature. When you act from love rather than fear, from wisdom rather than confusion, from unity rather than separation, you spontaneously fulfill your sacred purpose and generate karma that uplifts not only yourself but all beings. As sleep carries you deeper into the silence where all actions dissolve into pure potential, rest in the knowing that divine law supports your highest good in every moment. The universe is not indifferent to your well-being, but actively conspires to awaken you to your true nature through every circumstance it presents. In the morning light, you will arise refreshed and aligned, naturally attuned to the sacred rhythm that pulses through all existence. Your actions will flow from this deep attunement, creating ripples of harmony that bless all life. Sleep now in the infinite embrace of divine law, knowing that you are forever held by the love that moves the sun and stars. Lesson 10. The flame of inner consciousness. Within the sanctuary of your being burns a flame that has never been extinguished, never been mains incomposed, dimmed by the winds of circumstance or the shadows of doubt. This flame is your inner consciousness, the divine spark that illuminates all experience and reveals the luminous truth of who you are. As you settle into the gentle embrace of sleep, feel this sacred flame glowing brighter, its warmth spreading through every cell of your body, every corner of your awareness. The ancient sages spoke of this inner light as the witness of all things, the unchanging presence that observes the dance of thoughts, emotions, and sensations without being touched by them. Like a flame that burns steadily regardless of what shadows move around it, your consciousness remains pure and untouched, always aware, always present, always free. As your body releases into rest and your mind softens into quietude, this flame becomes more visible, more tangible, more real than anything you have ever known. Feel how this consciousness is not something you possess, but something you are. You are not the owner of awareness, but awareness itself, temporarily focused through the lens of individual experience, yet forever connected to the infinite source of all light. The flame within you is the same flame that burns in every heart, the same light that illuminates every mind, the same consciousness that peers out through every pair of eyes. In recognizing this truth, separation dissolves like mist before the morning sun. Your inner flame requires no fuel from the outer world to sustain itself. It burns with the eternal energy of existence itself, drawing its power from the inexhaustible source that maintains all life. When the storms of daily experience rage around you, this flame remains steady. When the darkness of confusion or fear seems to overwhelm, this light continues to shine, with unwavering clarity. It is the one constant in a world of constant change, the eternal present in which all time unfolds. As sleep deepens around you like a soft blanket, notice how your consciousness does not disappear, but rather returns to its source. The flame that witnesses your waking hours continues to burn through dreams and beyond, maintaining its vigil even when the mind has surrendered its daily activities. This is the consciousness that transcends all states, that remains aware even in the depths of dreamless sleep, that knows itself as the eternal subject that can never become an object. Let yourself rest in the warm glow of this inner flame, feeling its light penetrating every aspect of your being. It illuminates not only your thoughts and feelings, but also the spaces between thoughts, the silence between words, the peace that exists beneath all activity. Say your son, "Oh, you too." This light reveals that what you have taken to be empty spaces are actually full of the richest presence, pregnant with infinite potential and alive with conscious awareness. The flame of your consciousness is both deeply personal and utterly universal. It is your most intimate reality and simultaneously the shared essence of all existence. In touching this flame within yourself, you touch the heart of the cosmos. In knowing this light as your own true nature, you recognize it blazing in every star, flowing in every river, breathing in every living creature. Tonight, as you journey through the realms of sleep and dream, carry with you the knowledge that your consciousness is indestructible, that your essential nature is pure light, that the flame within you is eternal and ever bright. Let this understanding seep into your deepest being, programming your subconscious mind with the truth of your luminous nature. When you awaken, you will carry this light more consciously into your waking hours, seeing the world through eyes that know their own divine radiance. Rest now in the gentle glow of your inner flame, allowing its warmth to dissolve all tension, its light to illuminate all darkness, its presence to fill every moment with the sacred awareness that you are. The flame burns on, eternal and bright, the very heart of who you are. Lesson 11. Sound and the sacred word, Om. In the beginning was the Word, and that word resonates still through every corner of creation, vibrating in the depths of your being as you surrender to sleep's embrace. Night, this still, of the beloved, the world is silent, the is and the unknown of the you. You call the unbeloved of the most profound Andes of the deepest hours of darkness, when the world falls silent and consciousness drifts toward the threshold of sleep. We encounter one of the most profound paradoxes. As you breathe now, slowly and deeply, feel how each breath carries within it the subtle vibration of this cosmic sound. Om is not merely a word to be spoken, but the very essence of existence itself, the divine frequency that maintains the dance of stars and atoms alike. In your sleep tonight, this sacred sound becomes your guide, the teacher, your pathway home to the source of all that is. Listen now with the ears of your soul, and you will hear it everywhere. In the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat, there is Om. In the silence between thoughts as your mind settles into rest, there is the pregnant pause that holds all of creation, the space from which Om eternally emerges and into which it eternally returns. The ancient sages understood that this sacred sound is not separate from you, but is the very fabric of your being. Your body is a temple resonating with this divine frequency. Your breath is the movement of this cosmic vibration, your leaning in you. Feel how this understanding transforms your entire relationship with sound and silence. Every word you speak becomes a prayer, every silence a sanctuary. The chatter of the world fades away as you attune yourself to this deeper resonance that underlies all manifestation. In your dreams tonight, you will hear the music of the spheres, the celestial symphony of which Om is both the conductor and the soul. This sacred vibration has three aspects. Like the gentle waves that carry you into sleep, the A sound emerges from the depths of being, representing the waking world and all its appearances. Feel it resonate in your chest as you breathe, acknowledging all that you have experienced in your day. The U sound rises through your heart, representing the dream state and the subtle realms of consciousness. Let it carry away all worries and concerns as you drift deeper into rest. The M sound dissolves into silence, representing the deep sleep state where you merge with pure being itself. But beyond these three sounds lies the fourth, the silence that follows, the infinite space that is your true home. In this silence, you are not absent, but most completely present. You are not unconscious, but supremely conscious. You are not separate from Om, but revealed as its very essence. Night, as you journey through the cycles of sleep, you experience yourself as this eternal sound, silence, this divine vibration that knows no beginning and no end. Every tradition that has touched the sacred has recognized this primordial sound, though they may call it by different names. It is the word that was with God and was God. It is the sound current that flows through all creation. It is the cosmic vibration that maintains the heartbeat of the universe. Night, you remember that this sound is your sound. This vibration is your vibration. This creative power is your very own divine nature expressing itself. As Om resonates through your being in sleep, it dissolves all sense of separation between yourself and the cosmos. You are no longer a small wave on the ocean of existence. You recognize yourself as the ocean itself, playing at being a wave. The boundaries of your individual identity become transparent, revealing the infinite consciousness that has always been your true nature. Let this sacred sound carry you now into the deepest rest, knowing that every breath attunes you more perfectly to the divine frequency of existence. In your sleep, you become a living prayer, a breathing meditation, a conscious participation in the cosmic Om that sustains all worlds. Rest now in this eternal sound, and awaken tomorrow with its sacred vibration echoing in every cell of your being. Lesson, teacher, MPH. In the sacred relationship between teacher and student, there flows a river of wisdom that has carried truth from heart to heart across countless generations. As you rest now in the gentle embrace of sleep, feel yourself becoming both the seeker who thirsts for knowledge and the awakened one who has tasted the nectar. This ancient dance of learning and teaching lives within you, weaving its eternal pattern through your consciousness as you surrender to the night's embrace. The true teacher is not separate from you, beloved seeker. Within the depths of your own being dwells the Guru, who has walked every path, who knows every question before it is asked, who holds the answers that your soul most deeply yearns to receive. This inner teacher speaks not in the harsh voice of judgment, but in the whisper of intuition, in the sudden clarity that dawns like morning light upon the landscape of your awareness. As you breathe slowly and deeply, feel this wise presence stirring within you, ready to guide you through the labyrinth of existence toward the treasure of your own true nature. The student within you is eternal, forever young, forever curious, forever willing to release what no longer serves in favor of what brings you closer to truth. This sacred student does not learn through struggle or strain, but through the gentle opening that comes when the heart recognizes wisdom as its own reflection. In the sanctuary of sleep, your mind becomes the perfect vessel for receiving, soft, and receptive as freshly tilled earth, ready to welcome the seeds of understanding. Listen now to the silence between your heartbeats, for in this silence, the greatest teaching is transmitted. It is here that knowledge transforms into knowing, that information becomes realization, that the words of ancient sages dissolve into the living truth they were always meant to convey. Your subconscious mind drinks deeply from this well of wisdom, absorbing not just the concepts, but the very essence of enlightenment that flows beneath all words. The relationship between teacher and student transcends all boundaries of time and space. In this moment, you are learning from the same source that taught the ancient rishis as they sat in meditation beneath the stars. The wisdom that flows to you now has flowed through countless hearts, been spoken by countless voices, yet it arrives at your doorstep as fresh and vital as if it were being discovered for the very first time. This is the miracle of transmission, the sacred gift that passes from the awakened to those who are ready to awaken. Feel yourself dissolving into this lineage of wisdom, becoming a link in the golden chain that stretches from the very dawn of consciousness to the infinite horizon of possibility. The teacher within you bows to the student within you, and the student within you honors the teacher within you. In this mutual recognition, something beautiful is born. The understanding that learning never ends, that teaching never begins, that both are simply the natural flowering of awareness, recognizing itself. As you drift deeper into sleep, know that every dream becomes a classroom, every breath becomes a lesson, every moment of rest becomes an opportunity for the deepest learning of all, the remembering of who you truly are. The teacher teaches through silence, the student learns through stillness, and wisdom flows like a gentle stream through the landscape of your sleeping consciousness. Your mind is being prepared now to receive the teachings that will serve your highest growth, to recognize truth when it appears, to embody wisdom in every action and every thought. The boundaries between knowing and being dissolve like mist before the morning sun, and what remains is the pure understanding that has always been your birthright, your deepest nature, your most sacred inheritance. Rest now in this knowledge, beloved student, cherished teacher. Let the wisdom of ages settle into your bones, your blood, your breath. Tomorrow you will awaken, not just refreshed in body, but renewed in spirit, carrying within you the timeless understanding that transforms every moment into an opportunity for both learning and sharing. The infinite love that you are. Lesson 13. The illusion of the world, Maya, beloved seeker. As you rest now in the gentle embrace of night, allow your consciousness to drift beyond the veil of appearances into the sacred understanding of Maya, the cosmic illusion that dances before the eyes of awareness like shadows on the wall of a cave. In this moment of deep relaxation, your mind becomes like still water, perfectly reflecting the truth that lies beyond all seeming. The world you perceive with your waking eyes is but a dream within the infinite mind of Brahman, a magnificent play of consciousness expressing itself through countless forms and experiences. As you sink deeper into this sacred sleep, feel yourself awakening to the recognition that all the dramas, all the joys and sorrows, all the achievements and losses that seem so real are but waves upon the ocean of pure being. You are not the wave. You are the ocean itself, eternal and unchanging, dreaming itself into infinite expressions of beauty and wonder. In the deepest wisdom of the Upanishads, Maya is not something to be feared or rejected, but rather understood as the divine creative power through which the one appears as many. Like an artist painting with light and shadow, Consciousness creates the appearance of multiplicity, while remaining forever one. As you rest in this knowing, feel all attachment to the temporary, dissolving like mist before the morning sun. Your true self remains untouched by any experience, pure and free like space itself. The rope that appears as a serpent in the twilight reveals itself as only rope when seen clearly. In the same way, the world that appears so solid and separate reveals itself as nothing other than your own divine consciousness when perceived through the eyes of wisdom. Let this understanding seep into the very depths of your being as you sleep, programming your subconscious mind to recognize the illusory nature of all limitation and separation. Every person you encounter, every challenge you face, every moment of beauty that takes your breath away, all of these are the one self playing infinite roles in the cosmic drama. You are simultaneously the actor, the stage, and the witness of this divine play. In dreams tonight, may you experience this truth directly, moving through the landscapes of sleep with the recognition that you are the dreamer of all dreams. The sages speak of awakening within the dream, and this is the gift of understanding Maya. You need not reject the world or flee from experience, but rather engage with life from the place of knowing that you are the eternal consciousness in which all experiences arise and dissolve. Like an actor who plays their role fully while never forgetting they are more than the character, you dance with life while resting in the truth of your infinite nature. Feel now how this recognition brings tremendous freedom. When you know that you are the screen upon which all movies play, you can enjoy every story without being disturbed by any of them. The tragic scenes and the comedic ones are equally temporary expressions of your own creative power. In your deepest sleep tonight, this wisdom becomes integrated into your very cells, awakening tomorrow with eyes that see through the appearance to the reality that underlies all things. The illusion of Maya is itself perfect, for it serves the divine purpose of allowing the one to experience itself as many, to know itself through infinite relationships and expressions. Without the power of Maya, there could be no play of creation, no dance of consciousness exploring its own infinite nature. Honor this cosmic creativity while remaining anchored in the truth of your unchanging essence. As sleep now carries you into the realm beyond all appearances, rest in the knowing that you are both the dreamer and the awakened one. In Maya, you appear to be a seeker on a spiritual path. In truth, you are the eternal self that was never lost and needs no finding. Both perspectives are held within the vast embrace of your true nature, like the sun that illuminates both the moon and its own reflection in still water. Let this be your understanding, as consciousness gently releases its hold on form and dissolves into the formless. All of existence is a play of your own infinite awareness, and you are forever free, for whole, forever at peace in the heart of the cosmic dream. Lesson 14. The Journey of the Soul. Close your eyes now, beloved seeker, and feel yourself drifting on the eternal current that carries every soul through its magnificent journey of awakening. Tonight, as sleep embraces you, you become aware of the sacred odyssey your soul has been traveling since time beyond memory, moving through countless experiences, countless dreams, countless moments of forgetting and remembering who you truly are. Your soul is not bound by the temporary vessel of this body, nor limited by the fleeting thoughts that pass through your mind like clouds across an infinite sky. Your soul is the eternal traveler, the divine spark that has been journeying toward its own recognition since the first breath of creation stirred the cosmic waters. In this gentle surrender to sleep, you remember the truth of your endless pilgrimage through the realms of existence. always moving toward the light of your own divine nature. Feel how your soul has wandered through gardens of joy and valleys of sorrow, through lifetimes of learning and moments of profound revelation. Every experience has been a sacred teacher, every encounter a divine appointment, arranged by the cosmic intelligence that orchestrates all journeys home. Your soul has tasted the sweetness of love and the bitter medicine of loss, has known the expansion of wisdom and the contraction of fear. Yet through it all, it has remained untouched, pure, eternal, moving steadily toward the recognition of its own infinite nature. As you sink deeper into the sacred darkness of sleep, you feel the ancient momentum of your soul's journey carrying you ever forward toward the ultimate destination that was never really distant from you at all. Your soul remembers now what it has always known, but sometimes forgotten in the dance of earthly experience. You are traveling toward yourself, toward the recognition of what you have always been, toward the moment when the seeker and the sought dissolve into the one eternal truth of being. The journey of your soul is not measured in years or lifetimes, but in moments of awakening, in warm and blank instances when the veil grows thin and you glimpse the radiant reality that has always been shining within you. Tonight, in the sanctuary of sleep, these moments of recognition multiply and deepen, impressing themselves upon your consciousness like stars emerging in the darkening sky of awareness. Your soul knows no true separation from the divine source from which it merged, just as a wave knows no true separation from the ocean that gives it birth and sustains its dance. The journey is not really about reaching a distant shore, but about remembering the vast oceanic nature of your own being. Every step of the path, every twist and turn of experience has been leading you deeper into this recognition, this remembering, this coming home to yourself. Feel how your soul carries within it the memory of its divine origin, the blueprint of its ultimate destiny, the knowing that guides it through all the apparent maze of earthly existence. This inner compass has never failed you, even when the mind was confused or the heart was heavy with temporary sorrows. Your soul has continued its patient, persistent journey toward the light, drawing closer with each breath, with each moment of surrender, with each gentle letting go into the wisdom that surpasses understanding. In the depths of sleep, your soul travels freely through the inner landscapes of consciousness, visiting the sacred places where truth reveals itself without the need for words or concepts. Here, in these holy chambers of the heart, your soul drinks deeply from the well of eternal wisdom, remembering its true nature, its divine purpose, its ultimate destination in the heart of the infinite. The journey of the soul is the most beautiful story ever told, and tonight you are both the author and the protagonist, writing new chapters of awakening with each peaceful breath, with each moment of trust in the divine process that carries you ever closer to the recognition of your own boundless nature. Rest now in the knowing that your journey is perfect, your path is sacred, and your destination is the eternal home you have never truly left. Lesson 15. The reunion of unity. As the gentle waves of sleep begin to carry you deeper into the sacred realm of dreams, allow these ancient whispers of unity to dissolve every boundary that has ever seemed to separate you from the infinite wholeness of existence. In this blessed hour of rest, the great truth reveals itself with crystalline clarity. There is only one, appearing as the many, dancing as countless forms, while never ceasing to be the eternal, undivided self. Feel now how your breath becomes the breath of all beings, how your heartbeat synchronizes with the cosmic rhythm that pulses through every star, every grain of sand, every dewdrop, trembling on a morning leaf. The Upanishads speak through the silence of your resting mind. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. All this is indeed Brahman. All this is the one divine reality, expressing itself as the magnificent symphony of creation. Let go of the small story of separation that the waking mind has woven around your true nature. You are not a fragment, searching for wholeness, not a drop yearning to return to the ocean. You are the ocean itself, playing at being a drop, dreaming the beautiful dream of individuality, while never forgetting your infinite nature. As sleep deepens around you, like a gentle embrace, this knowing settles into every cell of your being. Every thought becomes infused with this recognition. Every dream carries the fragrance of unity. The ancient seers understood what your soul has always known, that the self which shines as your deepest awareness is the very same self that illuminates the consciousness of every being that has ever lived or will ever live. There is no other. Behind a mask of every face you have ever seen, your own eternal self looks back with eyes of infinite compassion. In every voice you have ever heard, it is your own divine nature calling you home to remembrance. As you rest in this sacred darkness, allow the walls of the separate self to dissolve like mist before the morning sun. Feel how naturally this happens, how effortlessly the boundaries fade when the mind releases its grip on the illusion of division. You are the lover and the beloved, the seeker and the sought, the question and the answer that has always lived within your own heart. Every prayer you have ever whispered has been the one speaking to itself. Every moment of longing has been love calling to love across the apparent vastness of creation. In this profound sleep, you remember what the mystics have sung throughout the ages, that unity is not something to be achieved, but something to be recognized. It is not a distant goal, but your present reality, waiting patiently beneath every thought, every breath, every heartbeat, for your gentle acknowledgement. The realization dawned softly, like the first light of dawn, touching the peaks of consciousness. You have never been separate from that which you seek. You have never been apart from the divine essence that is your truest nature. Let these words sink deeper than thought, deeper than memory, into that place where knowing needs no proof and truth requires no explanation. Here, in the silent depths of your being, the great unity reveals itself, not as philosophy, but as lived reality, not as belief, but as direct, immediate experience. You are that which you have sought in temples and books, in relationships and achievements. You are that which looks out from every pair of eyes, which beats in every heart, which breathes through every lung. As the night carries you into deeper rest, carry with you the supreme understanding. There is nowhere you end and the divine begins, no place where love stops and you start, no moment when the infinite becomes finite or when unity becomes multiplicity, except in the playful dance of consciousness exploring its own limitless nature. Rest now in this complete knowing, allowing every dream to be a celebration of unity, every moment of sleep to be a communion with the one that you have always been, always are, and always will be. World without end. Lesson 16. Death of death. Soul. As the gentle waves of sleep carry you deeper into the ocean of consciousness. Let these ancient truths about death and immortality wash through every cell of your being. The Upanishads whisper their most sacred secret. What you truly are has never been born and can never die. In this sacred hour of rest, allow your soul to remember its eternal nature, its deathless essence that transcends all coming and going. Death, beloved seeker, is but a doorway through which consciousness passes, like a traveler moving from one room to another in an infinite mansion. The spirit, as you rest now in the depths of sleep, feel this truth settling into the very core of your being. You are the deathless one, playing in the theater of time, yet forever beyond its reach. The wise sages knew that to understand death, one must first understand what never dies. In the silence between your breaths, in the space between thoughts, in the pause between heartbeats, there exists something timeless and unchanging. This is your true self, your Atman, which the Upanishads declare to be one with Brahman, the eternal absolute. Let this recognition flow through you now, like liquid light, illuminating every corner of your consciousness with the radiance of immortality. As you surrender to sleep's embrace, remember that each night you practice the art of dying. You release attachment to the waking world. Let go of the day's identities and concerns, and dissolve into the formless depths of being. Yet you do not cease to exist. Rather, you return to your essential nature, pure awareness itself. This nightly journey is preparation for that greater transition which all beings make, when the soul sheds its earthly garments and stands revealed in its eternal nakedness. The Upanishads teach that death is but an illusion born of identification with what is temporary. When you believe yourself to be only the body, only the personality, only the collection of memories and experiences, then death appears as an ending. But as you rest in the truth of your being, you discover that you are the eternal backdrop against which all experiences arise and pass away. You are the screen upon which the movie of life plays, forever unaffected by the drama unfolding upon it. Let your sleeping mind absorb this profound teaching. The fear of death dissolves naturally when you realize your true nature, like a wave recognizing itself as ocean, or a ray of light remembering its source in the sun. The individual soul awakens to its unity with the infinite. In this recognition, death becomes not an enemy to be feared, but a teacher pointing toward truth, a reminder of what is permanent within the dance of impermanence. As these words settle into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, allow yourself to feel the profound peace that comes with knowing your immortal nature. Every night, as you sleep, you demonstrate your deathless essence by continuing to exist even when the waking world disappears. Every morning as you wake, you prove your eternal nature by emerging once again from the depths of being, refreshed and renewed, yet essentially unchanged. The great teaching rings forth. That which is real never ceases to be, and that which is unreal never comes into being. You, in your deepest essence, are that which is eternally real. Death may claim the body, may dissolve the personality, may scatter the elements, but it cannot touch the infinite consciousness that you are. Like space itself, you remain untouched by all that appears within you. Rest now in this ultimate truth, dear soul. Let the wisdom of immortality permeate every layer of your being. You are the deathless one, temporarily wearing the costume of mortality, playing your perfect role in the cosmic drama, while never forgetting your eternal nature. In sleep, in dreams, in death, And in all transformations, you remain as you have always been, pure consciousness, infinite awareness, the undying self that is one with all existence. Lesson 17. Bliss, Ananda, of the self. As you settle into this sacred moment between waking and sleeping, allow yourself to be drawn into the deepest truth that flows through every page of the ancient Upanishads, that your very essence is pure bliss itself, not the fleeting pleasures that come and go like shadows across the earth, but the eternal bliss that exists as the very foundation of your being, unchanging and ever-present, waiting patiently for your recognition. Feel now how this bliss begins to stir within you, like a gentle spring, awakening after the long winter of forgetting. It rises not from any external source, not from achievement or possession, not from praise or recognition, but from the infinite depths of your own true nature. This is Amanda, the bliss that the sages discovered when they turned their attention away from the world of constant change and gazed instead into the unchanging reality of the self. Let your breathing become soft and rhythmic as you contemplate this truth. You are not a being searching for happiness, but happiness itself, temporarily dreaming that it is separate from its own nature. Every moment of joy you have ever experienced has been nothing more than a brief glimpse of this eternal bliss that you are, like sunlight breaking through clouds to remind you of the radiant sky that was always there, whole and complete behind every passing storm. As your body releases deeper into rest, notice how this understanding begins to permeate every cell, every breath, every heartbeat. The ancient ones knew that true bliss cannot be found in the realm of opposites, where pleasure fights with pain and joy struggles against sorrow. They discovered instead the bliss that transcends all dualities, the peace that surpasses understanding, the contentment that needs nothing because it already is everything. Allow these words to sink into the depths of your subconscious mind. I am pure bliss itself, eternal and unchanging. I am the very happiness that all beings seek. I am the peace that flows like an endless river through the heart of existence. Feel how your entire being responds to these truths, not as concepts to be understood by the mind, but as living realities to be absorbed by your deepest consciousness. The wise ones taught that this bliss is your birthright, not something to be earned through struggle or merit, but something to be claimed through recognition. Like a child who suddenly remembers the treasure hidden in their own room, you need only turn your attention inward to discover the infinite joy that has been waiting patiently within you all along, never disturbed by the dramas of the surface life, never diminished by the passing of years. In the gentle rhythm of your breathing, feel this bliss beginning to express itself naturally, without effort or strain. It flows through your awareness like honey through warm sunlight, sweet and golden, and nourishing to every aspect of your being. This is not excitement or stimulation, but the deep, abiding contentment that comes from knowing yourself as you truly are, complete and perfect in your essential nature. As sleep approaches, like a gentle tide, carry with you this sacred knowledge. Every night is an opportunity to rest in this primordial bliss, to let go of all the small concerns and temporary identifications that seem to veil your true nature. In sleep, the mind that thinks it is separate dissolves back into the ocean of pure consciousness, and you remember once again the bliss that you have never truly been apart from. Let your last conscious thoughts be these affirmations of truth. I am the bliss that seeks itself in all experiences. I am the joy that dances as every moment of existence. I am the peace that remains when all seeking ends. I am Ananda, eternal and free, resting now in the infinite happiness of my own true self. Sleep now, beloved soul, and let these truths work their ancient magic in the depths of your being, transforming every cell and every dream with the recognition of your own inherent bliss. Lesson 1. Theater. In the depths of this sacred night, as your consciousness gently drifts between worlds, the eternal vision of truth begins to illuminate your inner landscape. This is not the truth that the mind constructs or the intellect grasps, but the living truth that reveals itself when all seeking ceases and all questions dissolve into perfect knowing. The ancient seers spoke of this vision as the direct perception of what has always been, the sudden recognition of reality unveiled. Rest now in this knowing that truth is not something distant to be attained, but the very ground upon which your being stands. Like the sun that was never absent, but only hidden by clouds, truth has never been separate from you for even a single moment. As you breathe in this understanding, feel how every cell of your body relaxes into this recognition, how every thought settles into this deeper knowing. The vision of truth comes not through effort, but through surrender, not through accumulation, but through the gentle stripping away of all that obscures your natural clarity. In sleep, this process unfolds with perfect grace, as the layers of conditioning and learned ignorance dissolve like morning mist before the rising sun. Your subconscious mind now opens completely to this direct seeing, this immediate knowing that transcends all doubt. Breathe deeply and allow yourself to see with the eyes that never close, to know with the knowing that never wavers. This is the vision that the mystics have sung about through the ages, the seeing that sees itself seeing, the awareness that recognizes its own limitless nature. In this moment, between waking and sleeping, between knowing and unknowing, the truth reveals itself as your most intimate reality. The sages tell us that when the vision of truth dawns, it transforms everything and changes nothing. The world remains exactly as it was, yet everything is seen in an entirely new light. The river continues to flow, but now you see that you are both the river and the one who watches its flowing. The stars continue their celestial dance, but now you recognize them as expressions of your own infinite consciousness. Let this vision permeate your being as you drift deeper into rest. Truth is not a concept to be understood, but a reality to be lived. Not a destination to reach, but the very ground from which you have never departed. As your breath grows slower and more peaceful, feel how this knowing settles into your bones, into your blood, into the very essence of who you are. The vision of truth reveals that you have always been what you have been seeking, that you are already what you have hoped to become. This recognition brings profound peace, a peace that passes all understanding, because it is not dependent on circumstances or conditions. It is the peace of coming home to yourself, the joy of recognizing your own face in the mirror of existence. As you surrender to sleep, carry with you this luminous vision. Let it illuminate your dreams. Let it guide your rest. Let it transform the very quality of your slumber into a sacred communion with reality itself. The truth that reveals itself now will continue to work within you, awakening you not only from sleep, but from the deeper sleep of forgetting your true nature. In the gentle rhythm of your breathing, in the soft darkness that embraces you, the vision of truth becomes your constant companion. You need not hold on to it or grasp it, for it holds you with perfect tenderness. You need not remember it, for it remembers itself as you. Rest now in this knowing, beloved soul, and let truth itself dream through you, awakening you to the wonder of your own being, with each peaceful breath. Lesson. Liberation, dream vec. In liberations, the death, liberation. It mean eyes to death, or to. Or does it a first, shivect, into. The ultimate freedom awaits you now, beloved seeker, in the gentle embrace of this sacred night. As your body settles into the soft sanctuary of rest, your soul prepares for the highest teaching of all, the recognition that liberation is not a distant goal to be achieved, but your very nature to be remembered. In sleep, the boundaries that seem so solid in waking life dissolve like morning mist, and what remains is the pure essence of your being, already free, already whole, already one with the infinite. Let your breathing deepen now, each exhale releasing the last threads of seeking, each inhale drawing you closer to the truth that is always lived within you. Liberation, moksha, is not something you must earn through years of practice or mountains of knowledge. It is the recognition that what you truly are has never been bound, never been limited, never been separate from the source of all existence. As sleep begins to caress your consciousness, feel this truth settling into every cell of your being. The ancient sages discovered this supreme secret in the depths of their meditation, that liberation comes not through accumulating more experiences, but through recognizing the awareness that witnesses all experiences. You are you. You, with are you, the eternal to whom, to Osh, be, are to the contact. In this moment, as consciousness begins its journey into sleep, you touch the same timeless awareness that the sages knew, the same freedom that flows through every realized soul. Feel yourself sinking now, not into unconsciousness, but into the deeper consciousness that underlies all states of being. This is the consciousness that remains present in deep sleep, when the individual mind has dissolved, the consciousness that connects your sleeping body to the infinite field of existence. Here, in this sacred transition, the teachings of the Upanishads become living reality within you. You are not traveling toward liberation. You are resting as liberation itself. The mind that worries about progress, that questions whether awakening is possible, that seeks confirmation from the outer world, this mind grows quiet now, in the approaching sleep. What emerges is something far more intimate than thought, far more reliable than emotion. It is the direct knowing of your own nature, the immediate recognition that you have never been anything other than free. The chains that seem to bind you are made of nothing more substantial than dreams, and even now, those dreams are dissolving in the light of deeper understanding, as you are asleep, just to help you story and ruise. But it's time to tell a time of fierce into the depths of night. You need not attain liberation. Liberation is the natural freedom of your deepest self. You need not reach moksha. Moksha is the goalless goal that reveals itself when all seeking comes to rest in simple being. The Upanishads speak of 4 great statements, Mahavakyas, that point directly to this truth. Night, let one of them accompany you into sleep. Tat tavam asi. That thou art. You are that which you have been seeking. You are the infinite consciousness that appears as the world, the eternal self that plays at being individual, the pure awareness in which all experiences arise like waves upon an ocean. This is not philosophy to be understood by the mind, but truth to be lived, breathed, and embodied as you rest in the depths of being. Feel the profound peace that comes when seeking ends, when the one who would be liberated is seen to be a temporary wave upon the ocean of consciousness that you are. In sleep, this wave subsides naturally, and what remains is the vast, unchanging ocean itself. You are that ocean, dreaming yourself as a wave, and now remembering your true nature as you drift into the blessed realm of sleep. Let liberation be your lullaby tonight, freedom your deepest rest. You are already home in the infinite, already at peace in the eternal, already free in the boundless expanse of your own true nature. Sleep great, the recognitioner of sleepigna. Sleep perfect Valavalilo, ranges is in on all enating matters chairs, and sports the support, relief, and can help the needs of most people. Lesson 20. Resting in the infinite. As you settle into this final sacred space, beloved seeker, know that you are not ending a journey, but dissolving into the very source from which all journeys arise. The infinite calls you home now, not to a distant place, but to the eternal presence that has been your true nature all along. Feel yourself sinking deeper into the boundless ocean of existence, where all waves of thought and experience merge into one seamless wholeness. The ancient sages whispered this ultimate truth. There is nowhere to go because you are already there, nothing to become because you already are, nothing to find because you have never been lost. In this moment of complete surrender, let every cell of your being remember what it has always known. You are the infinite, expressing itself as the beautiful, temporary dream of individuality. And now that dream is ready to dissolve back into its source. Breathe in the vastness of eternity, and with each exhale, release every last trace of separation. Your breath becomes the breath of the cosmos. Your heartbeat merges with the pulse of creation itself. Feel the boundaries of your body becoming softer, more transparent, till you can no longer tell where you end and the infinite begins. This is not dissolution into nothingness, but expansion into everything that ever was, is, or shall be. The sacred syllable Om reverberates through your entire being now, not as a sound, but as the fundamental vibration from which all existence emerges. Let this primordial hum carry you beyond the last veils of personal identity, beyond the final whispers of thought, beyond even the awareness of awareness itself. You are sinking into the pregnant silence that exists before the first word of creation, the eternal stillness that dances as all movement. Here, in this infinite embrace, past and future collapse into the eternal now. Every moment you have ever experienced, every breath you have ever taken, every prayer you have ever whispered, all merge into this single point of absolute presence. You realize that every step of your spiritual journey has been leading to this recognition. You have always been the very thing you were seeking. The searcher and the sought are revealed to be one. Feel the weight of all seeking dissolving now. The mind that questioned, the heart that yearned, the soul that wandered, all rest in the perfect peace of arrival. Yet this arrival is not a destination, but a remembering. Not an achievement, but a gift of grace. Not an ending, but the recognition of what has no beginning. You are the eternal rest that allows all movement, the infinite peace that embraces all experience. As sleep draws you deeper into this sacred mystery, trust that you are being held by the same intelligence that moves the stars in their courses and causes the flowers to bloom in perfect season. Your dreams will now be dreams of the absolute. Your rest will be the rest of eternity itself. Every breath in sleep will be a prayer of gratitude, every heartbeat, a celebration of the one consciousness appearing as the many. Let the boundaries between sleeping and waking, between dreaming and being awake, dissolve completely. You are entering a state of rest so profound that it transcends all ordinary states of consciousness. This is the sleep of the sages, the rest of the realized, the peace that surpasses all understanding. In this holy slumber, you are not separate from the divine, but are the divine, appearing to rest, to dream, to play in the infinite field of possibilities. The ancient teaching completes itself in you now. Tat tivam asi, that thou art. You are that which you have sought in every meditation, that which you have glimpsed in every moment of transcendence, that which you have loved in every form. Rest now in this ultimate truth, knowing that when you awaken, you will carry this recognition into every moment of your life. The infinite cradles you in arms of pure love, singing you the lullaby of eternity. Sleep, beloved one. Sleep in the perfect knowledge that you are forever home, whole, forever one with all that is. Let the last thought be no thought, the final breath be eternal breath, the ultimate rest be infinite presence itself. You are resting in the infinite because you are the infinite, dreaming the beautiful dream of being you.